Jeff, we usually do the end of the show at this point. We don't usually do the beginning of the show at this point.
I'm all turned around, man.
It's not the first time you've said that, is it, Jeff?
Like when you play my little didgeridoo?
I'm still thinking about that dream I had about being the Prime Minister of Australia. I've now had like 5 tweets from Australians saying we'd be into it.
That's 5 people.
That's 5 people in Australia. That's a start. That's, you know, if I was in the pole games, I could frighten people with that. I'd be like, oh, well, you know.
Well, you know what?
I just know they're having an election in Australia next year, and I'm kind of thinking about it. I've sent an exploratory committee to Australia to, you know, kick the tires a little bit, see what the interest is.
What do they call the running mate?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Would you care to be the First Lady of Australia?
You damn right I would.
Then pack your pouch, Bruce. We're going down under. We'll be right back, everybody.
It's on, stay up. It's been a long, long day, and you got the Sandman at the door. But hang on, leave the TV on, and let's do it anyway. It's okay. You can always sleep through work tomorrow. Okay. Hey, hey. Tomorrow's just your future yesterday.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, sponsored by Prudential. See what the first day of retirement feels like at day1stories.com. Prudential, bring your challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Genuine warmth and enthusiasm has warmed my cold Scottish heart and cheered me up because I'm very upset. Do not owe me, we've talked about that. It's a great day for America, everybody. What you're thinking, Craig, look, you're a human being of sorts. It can't be a great day for you every day. It's not a great day for me today. I'm very upset. Wait there, have you got that thing? Right, all right, so here, look at this. So I think, oh, today's my favorite day. It's the day when Star Magazine comes out, my favorite. So I rushed off to the newsstand to get Star Magazine, because this is the one I've been waiting for. Hollywood's housekeepers tell all. And now there's going to be, who acts out S&M fantasies from 50 Shades of Grey? Who hides half-eaten hamburgers under her bed? Which mom falls asleep while smoking? Who shaves her cat? And I'm thinking, this is going to be the best Star Magazine day ever. And I'm going through it, and I'm looking at the celebrities, and I'm going, who's that, who's that, who's that? And then I come to a page, and then I find this. I'm having a feud with Katie Couric, and I didn't even know about it. Can I read this out? Is that legal? Can I read it out? All right, so it says, abandoned by Craig. And look, Katie's looking all beautiful and lovely, as she is. And there's me looking like a bastard. I'm like, no, Katie, your loveliness will not be accepted by me because I'm a bastard. Because here's what it is. Katie Couric's daytime talk show is quickly making her the queen of the airwaves and has her fellow television host, Craig Ferguson, seeing green. Apparently, I'm very jealous of Katie's ratings. In the day, I'm on in the middle of the night. But here's the thing. It's like, apparently look, this is in quotes from a friend of mine. He's totally bitter and annoyed by her success. But you know the weirdest thing about gossip? Because like, Katie's been trying to approach me, apparently. And I'm like, where? And I'm like, Craig's friends think that he and Katie either dated at some point. I wish. Or she spurned his advances. This is true. And then there's the quote, there's no other explanation for his sour grapes. Craig is not interested in repairing their friendship. A source. And I'm like, this is how insidious gossip is, right? I'm reading this and I'm like, well, there's no smoke without fire. And I'm like, yes, there is smoke without fire. Look, let me get this straight. Katie, I am interested in repairing our friendship. Except I never knew about this. Now I don't know what to believe. Perhaps some celebrities don't shave their cats. What's going on? Do you believe it? Did you see this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable. So shocking.
Are you the source?
Bingo.
Did you make up a feud with me and Katie Couric?
No, man, you're always mouthing off about Katie.
I love Katie Couric. Look, by the way, unless I'm mistaken, wasn't Katie pretty successful before I was even on the air?
Wait, are we still on the air?
You make a point, actually, are we?
I don't even think we're on TV, man.
I've got sour grapes. And by sour grapes, I mean testicles. And it seems like we're returning to our original show. Did you see this, though? I mean, now I don't know what to... I really genuinely don't. I'm thinking, well, maybe Angelina Jolie isn't a husband stealer. Maybe they just made it all up. Do you know how weird it is, though? So I look at this, though, and then I think, oh, God, jeez, they make anything up. And then I see, we're not even feud of the week. There's feud of the week. The celebrity feud of the week is Chelsea Handler and Mariah Carey. And I'm thinking, oh, I wonder what's going on. And then I think, there's nothing going on! But then I think to myself, even me talking about it, people are going, I know! You're going to be there going, oh, something's going on. And now I'm thinking something's going on.
Sour grapes.
Hey, I tell you one thing. You know the sexy girl on Modern Family, Sofia Vergara?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's got anxiety. Yeah. And Gerard Butler and Leo DiCaprio aren't friends anymore.
Oh, my whole world has been shattered.
Yeah. And you know that woman from Celebrity Housewives of the World? Or what's that show? You know that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's got anxiety as well.
Well, she needs to stop eating those hamburgers under the bed, I think is what's going on.
Maybe she shaves her cat. Don't all the girls shave their cats now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey! What? Want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's the Late Late Show. We're going to commercial, or as we call it, being abandoned by Craig.
except that bitch, Katie Couric. You're not welcome here, Katie Couric, even though we may have dated or you may have rebuffed my advances. Do you believe that?
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable!
Well, you know, you're getting more popular. You're hitting the US magazine. That's pretty good.
This is not us, this is Star.
Yeah, well,
if it was us, it'd
all
be
the
true.
same. Yeah, it's
No. Are you having a feud with anyone?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm feuding with everybody. Oh, yeah.
Anyone in particular? Is there any other sidekick? You and Andy Richter, perhaps, having a feud?
No, Andy and I are great. Me and Gary Busey have been having some problems.
Gary Busey working a talk show?
No. He's just insane.
Well, I think Gary feels abandoned by you. That's the problem, and you've got to go over your sour grapes about Gary's ratings.
I was intimidated because his teeth are bigger than mine.
Are you implying that the beautiful Katie Couric has large teeth?
I'm talking about Gary Busey, man. What the hell?
Sorry, I can't get Katie out of my head. I'm so angry at her. All right, do you want to do tweets and emails?
Yeah,
I actually don't. I want to stay on this Katie Couric
Well,
thing.
it's your show, man. Let's do it.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Katie's upset. I know, I changed my mind. I said it, and then I said I wanted to do it, and then he said, okay, and then I said, no, I don't want to do it. That's just the kind of bastard that would hate Katie Couric. How can you hate Katie Couric? It's like hating America hating Katie Couric. Even Al-Qaeda are like, oh, come on, Katie, it's perky and lovely.
It's true.
Like, in the full sentence, the full sentence of the Al-Qaeda slogan is death to America except Katie Couric. That's what it is.
That's true. That is factually true.
That is factually true. You can look that up in Star Magazine and you'll... Do you know what's interesting, though? When I looked at what they advertise in the magazine, even the stuff they advertise, I thought, that stuff doesn't do that. You can't lose weight by eating candy and stuff. That's not right.
Well, you're learning that the world is full of lies, Craig.
No, Jeff. The world is... Yeah, it is. Do you know, none of this would happen if I had become Prime Minister of Australia.
That's true, Craig.
Remember, I had a dream a couple of nights ago that I would become Prime Minister of Australia. I had actually become Prime Minister of Australia, and I thought... And then I woke up, and it had kind of stayed with me, and I thought, oh, I must get that bill through Parliament about kangaroos and stuff. It was still with me. And I think now I realise I would have been Prime Minister of Australia if it wasn't for that bitch Katie Couric. There I said it. There I said it. I would have been Prime Minister of Australia. This is my first completely made-up thing about me in a tabloid, I think.
Really?
I may regret saying that.
Damn you, Katie Couric, for shattering his Prime Minister of Australia dream.
Yeah. Screw you, Couric. I could have been helping the Aussies to world domination. Anyway, you want to do the tweets and the emails?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, we can't because we don't have time.
How dare you?
What do you mean, how dare me?
You keep doing that to me. You're very passive-aggressive tonight.
I'm passive-aggressive. You, sir, remind me of Katie Couric. You're so annoying.
Well, you, sir, have sour grapes, and I quite enjoy them.
Jeff, you don't want to start those kind of rumors. There's no smoke without fire.
Remember where you like to call me your little kangaroo?
Put you in my pouch.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, if that phone goes and it's Katie Couric, I'm not here. That's a very modern ring for this phone, isn't it? Hello? I'm not speaking to you. We'll be right back, everybody. first guest tonight is an Oscar-winning actress. Susan Sarandon, everybody. Susan Sarandon. Susan.
You got a better studio and a better audience. And
Yeah, it's all the better for you being
Thank
here.
you.
You look lovely. It's lovely to see you.
Thank
And listen, I do want to talk to you about this movie, but before I do, can you how do you feel about Katie Couric?
Well, actually, I was just on her show, and I wondered why she was kind of strange when your name came up.
No, really?
I don't understand.
But I love Katie Couric. I don't understand.
Well, did anything happen between you?
No, see, you're even doing it. Does that ever happen? Has that ever happened to you, Susan,
It
in the
happens
tabloids?
all the time.
Really?
And I just think it's an art form you have to embrace.
I'm
It's
kind
fiction. You have to just accept it as fiction. And sometimes they're very creative, like they can make stories out of things that don't exist at all.
of... Right.
That's very creative.
Yeah, it's it happened. I am a bit jealous of Katie Couric. She's lovely.
She's very lovely.
Yeah, I'd like to be Katie. I dress up as her sometimes.
That's why you would be very good in Cloud Atlas. Everyone's playing different genders.
Yeah,
and
tell me about
colors,
this. You
and
play...
You could wear all your wigs. I like your haircut, by the way.
You've said that twice. You really
Yeah.
do like this haircut.
Well, I didn't know. I wanted them to know you got a haircut.
Wait. No. What are you doing? You're using your powers of stardom
Absolutely.
to manipulate the audience away from...
This is communication. This is interaction. You forget now that everyone does video games. This is real interaction.
This is about as much interaction as I want with these people. I want a big fence
Well,
and...
now at Katie Couric's audience, there aren't as many men. So you see, your nighttime, you have a more equal distribution. I'm looking at the demographic
I'd much
here.
rather you didn't bring up Katie Couric.
All right.
For I have sour grapes. How do you deal? Do you ever feel jealousy, or are you more evolved than that?
When you feel jealous, you just have to say, "Oh my God, I'm so jealous of that."
And
to
it
your
goes
friend
away?
When your friend, well, yeah, then it doesn't turn into anything more. You're allowed to feel some envy. I mean, you just don't.
What makes
Hold
you feel?
on to
what
it
makes you
and-
feel envy? Could you think of anything that makes you feel envious of other
Well,
people?
supposing you saw like a great part, and that's my job. And if there's someone, if you get to, even though she's really good,
Right.
you think, oh, I could have really, kicked butt in that part, and it's too bad. But it goes away. It goes away. I also have a little bit of waist envy.
Waist envy.
Yeah, well, after you have a few kids and whenever you go, oh, look at that waist. My daughter's this little bitty waist.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know what you mean.
She doesn't do any. She's so strong, and she's
She had any
still,
kids
like,
yet?
taking kickboxing. No.
Well, there you are. You know.
No, I know it's not rational, but
Yeah.
I have that. That's
Well, I don't think it is though. That kind of. Anyway, this is about the film's about that though, isn't it? Like you don't let your emotions direct your future and all that kind of
no,
stuff.
that's not what it's about.
Well, that's what I decided it's about.
And by the way,
That's what Katie called me and said, ask her about that. She was on the show and...
by the way, when I was standing backstage and they said move because the horse will be coming through here, it's like, what is happening?
That makes me so happy that
Like
they
Mr.
said that.
Rogers is back.
No,
The
no,
horse
no,
is gonna be
not
coming
Mr.
through.
Rogers.
What were
Very...
you talking about?
Yeah, your movie. You're going to talk about the movie.
My
Yeah.
movie. Okay, what it's about is that. All right, I'm going to try to do this as briefly as possible because it is an abstract. The core of a human being, regardless of their gender, their color, their age, whatever, is all the same. And as you go through life, you affect people. You may not even understand how you affect people, but whether or not it's crime or kindness, everything plays out. Some of the people in this movie are searching for people that they loved or interacted with, and it goes through many stories in many countries and many time periods. And then you get to see people playing all these different bad guys and good guys, and I play a man at one point, and people play women. And
I can see a couple of problems for you playing a man.
it's a very...
No envy,
I'm
yeah?
very proud of those
Yeah,
problems.
I'm
Thank you.
guessing. Listen. I am guessing that they engender a little bit of envy out there as well. You may be having waist envy, but there's booby envy.
I think that women, I love looking at women.
Me too.
So I don't think that's, I think women can be more generous towards, I don't know. I can't speak for women in general, but people are nodding. I think the female body is really glorious. It's less
unpleasant
ludicrous.
looking. Yeah.
Some of the aspects of isolate certain areas of the male anatomy. It's pretty funny.
I have to say, whenever I've seen male genitalia, which is not that often except my own, I have to say somebody's playing a joke here. This is absurd.
Out of context, it doesn't translate as well as various parts of the female body.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, the film, so it's a reincarnation thing then?
Well, it's not, you know, exactly this person comes back as that person. It kind of, you know, energy can't be destroyed, so where does that energy go? When you lose someone and you see their body, they're not there. So what is that essence of that person? But what it's talking about is how you have to take responsibility. Have you understand all the heroes in this movie, none of them start out as heroes. They start out as ordinary people who end up in a moment where they have to make a decision, and it has ramifications. And sometimes you don't even know how you're affecting somebody with a random act of kindness or a smile or
That's why I try not to do any of that. Because you don't know, you might think you're being kind and then suddenly there's a tidal wave or something.
This may not be the movie for you.
Yeah, I'm thinking. No, of course not.
No, it's a beautiful movie.
It does
really
look nice.
gorgeous, and it's a lot of different movies. But in the very beginning, you're introduced to a number of characters before the credits even come. So if you're the kind of person that when you go to the south of France, you're upset because they don't have hot dogs, this is not for you. Because it's a different kind of a format. So if you don't have an open mind, but you don't have to figure it out.
No,
Wait. Let it go over you. You just let it wash over you. And
they have hot dogs in the south of France. I've been to the south of France.
But they're not like they are in New York. Come on.
Well, that's true.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you go into a movie thinking I have to know in the first 2 minutes that I've seen this movie before, it's not a sequel.
Right. Well, then that's you've lost half your audience right there.
Or you could read the book. I'm like, when I come here, I'm open. I don't think that, you know, we're going to get in a row, or I'm just like, here.
How could we get in a row?
Well, I've been reading what they say about you.
Oh! Susan Sarandon, everybody, all right. I'm here with my friend Susan Sarandon. We had a big argument during the commercial break, but we're better now, right?
We're better.
We worked through it.
We worked through it.
Yeah.
Our skill set came in handy.
Your skill set came in handy.
My skill set came in handy. Absolutely. In fact, we've made it up, and I've invited him. We're opening a new Spin, which is my ping pong franchise club bar restaurant in downtown LA at the Standard Hotel.
Oh, then I'll be there. You know me.
Well, in December, we'll book it for you.
In December?
Well, because we're opening the end of November. So if you figure out if you want to be joyful and you can play ping pong, you don't have to drink anything but non-alcoholic beverages.
Okay.
And you can
play ping pong?
And play ping pong and dance.
It sounds like juvie.
It's very sexy because you play opposite someone, and it's a very cool. It's not like the gym. It's got great lighting, and people drink, and there's a DJ, and there's beautiful tables that have these crazy. They're red tables. If anyone plays ping pong, you don't see that. And then there's people walking around picking up the balls for you with T-shirts that say, "Balls are my business."
Yeah, that's
right.
Jeff, yes.
Yeah. Jeff loves it.
Jeff likes a bit of ping pong.
Oh, man, I think I know what I'm going to be doing in December.
Does Jeff play? Do you play hard bat, or what do you play?
No, I just like picking up balls.
I didn't know you were on that team.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, he's very outspoken about being on that team.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Good for him, I say.
So you'll come, I guess.
To the ping pong, yeah, absolutely. Piece of fruit? We're out of time. I thought I could maybe tempt you with something squishy.
Where has that fruit been?
It's come straight from the. I went out to the grocers today, got my fruit, got my tabloid magazine, and now I'm back. Yeah, that's a dragon fruit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And do you have something to say about this, Mr. Rogers? What is that?
No,
A little ditty you want to sing?
No, I
what is
prefer I like this. I'm very fond of these.
it? Can you, and then, does it like explode or anything?
Man, if you can make that work like a grenade, I'd be very impressed.
I like that. That's a very
It's
good
nice,
design.
isn't it? And it makes the things around it look bigger. I'm always looking for something like that.
You just, there's nothing that's safe here, is there? No subject.
Not you,
That's what
anyway.
I like
Yeah.
about it.
Don't pull that one.
Oh, sorry. What else do we have here? A hairy coconut? There is a lot of people shaving their coconuts these days.
Let me tell you something. I've gone down that particular shaved coconut route, and I have to tell you, a couple of days later, you'll wish you hadn't.
I actually don't like the idea of any of the trimming of coconuts at all. Oh my God, you're so quiet.
Susan Sarandon, everybody, give her a round. Welcome back, everybody. My next guest is a writer of a book which I've just finished reading. He wrote it a while ago, and I just finished reading it. It's very good. And I said, is he around? Maybe he could come on. And then we called him up, and he said, okay. He's also the co-creator of Game of Thrones on HBO, and he's a talented, he wrote this book, and it's available as well. David Benioff, everybody, David Benioff. David, welcome. Lovely to see you.
Good to see you, Chris.
I have to say, you wrote this a while ago?
Yeah, about 5 years ago.
Because I just finished reading it. I have to say, no kidding, hands down, flat out masterpiece. Masterpiece.
Thank you. Wow.
I was like, my goodness, this is great. This is the kind of fiction that you don't get anymore.
I appreciate it. Thank
But
you.
it's really, it's like it's very dark tale though. Very dark, kind of Russian novel, grim kind of.
It's dark. There's cannibalism. There's, but the strangest thing is all the darkest stuff actually happened. I mean, it's, the siege of Leningrad, which took place 900 days, where the German forces surrounded the city and starved them out, bombed them out, shelled them, and
yet I laughed out loud in about 4 places. And that to me is extraordinary writing, because that's the humanity in it.
But this is the fascinating thing, is you read the diaries of the people who actually survived the siege, and they're completely devoid of self-pity, and it's not, it's just people trying to get through incredibly hard times, and they had this great macabre black humor, and that's the way they went about. That's the way they survived this.
You had me fooled in this at the beginning, though, when you do the fictional grandparents, because I thought, I was writing this book on the diary or my grandparents' war reminiscences, and then I thought, oh, it's all true, but it turned out it was all lies.
Turns out. My father, the grandfather in the book is from Leningrad. My real grandfather grew up in a farm in Delaware, so...
they're different. Now, did you go, have you been, it's now St. Petersburg again, of course. Have you been there?
I have, yes. And you've been there, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I loved it.
Did you like it?
Oh, I loved Russia. I think the people there are extraordinary. They're really fun and weird. They're kind of like, kind of Irish, but crazier.
They actually drink. I live in Ireland now for most of the year.
Right, of course, Game of Thrones in Belfast, yeah.
And so you think of the Irish are great drinkers, but the Russian style of drinking just takes it to a different level.
Right.
I mean, because the Irish are social drinkers. They sit in a pub and you have pints, and the Russians, they sit there and you order a bottle of vodka, and it comes and they fill up your glass, and you have to down it. And if you don't, you're not really a man. You got to just down that. And then
I left because I was in Russia after I got sober, and so I wouldn't drink the vodka, and they were like, what?
Well,
they were outraged.
You're like a eunuch.
Yeah, right. Well, much like I am here, but they. But it's fact, and the Game of Thrones is a huge success. Congratulations. That's really.
Thank you.
Yeah. But why do you shoot it in Belfast? Does it look like a mythical land where magic is dying?
Belfast, you drive about 10 minutes outside of Belfast and you get into the mountains, you get to old rivers and stony shores. There's all the different locations we need for the show are right there, and most of our cast is from the UK. A lot of Scottish actors.
Yes, I know. I wasn't called, but I know some that were.
Oh, season 4, though. We've got a great part for you.
I think that would be great. I could be the kind of late night douche of Game of Thrones, the late night doucheovia.
We already have a late night douche, but you can. Well, Joffrey.
Leno again? Again, Leno?
Yes. We could use you.
No, but fine. Do you like it over there? Have you been around? Have you been around the UK? I'm originally from there.
You're from Glasgow.
In Scotland, yeah.
Here's what I read. I read that Glasgow has the people die younger in Glasgow than any other city in Western Europe.
That's possibly true, but it's only because we're so awesome.
But it's something frightening. For the men, it's like 51 or something.
You're kidding me, I'm 50. You're Tootsie Fruits with me. Just like you did in the book. You're Tootsie Fruits with me. You're a liar, pants on fire. For a living.
I wikied you. No, it's true about Glasgow, though.
Really?
Just like the truth about Leningrad, but I made up the 51 part. It's more like 62 or something. So you got time.
Very few people mess with my head the way you're doing it right now. Do you ever start a book and you think, or a storyline even for Game of Thrones, and you think, you know what, this is too sick and dark. I can't. You don't, actually. You don't, do you? Because
No.
I've never... In here, I'm like, that thing with the cannibals, when they go up to that loft, the big man takes it. Oh, man. I was like...
Yeah, which is based on a true story. And I mean, legitimately based on a true story. There's a wonderful book called The 900 Days, which is the great nonfiction account of what happened during the siege. And it talks about the cannibalism. And that's, the city was surrounded by the German army for 900 days. Through the course of the worst winters in Russian history, they had nothing to eat. And ultimately, they ate each other.
Would you eat human flesh if you had to?
If I had to survive, I think I probably would. If I didn't like the person, it would be hard.
No, I don't know, man. I think I'd be more inclined to eat someone that I liked. Like someone I didn't like, I'd be like, yeah.
But yeah,
I'd be like, oh, it tastes like curry.
but see, my
It's a joke. It's a joke.
right. But Susan, for instance.
Susan Sarandon?
Yeah.
I'd have a go at that. Yeah. I wouldn't need condiments or anything, man. Are you a fan of Susan's?
Yeah, of course.
Did you ever work together?
No.
Oh, right.
No. She's far too classy.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? You do classy work, and you're married to a very classy woman.
I
who's
am.
A very lovely guest on this show.
She's the one classy thing about me.
Your tie's pretty nice.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you.
No, it's well, you wrote Troy as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Not the original one. The original was some other guy.
No, that was some other blind fella, but I did do the adaptation. Yeah.
So Brad Pitt.
Are you going to say something mean?
No. I liked that movie. It was on cable recently, and I was like, "What's the deal?" I like this movie.
Yeah.
It's an epic story of Troy. How could you not like it?
Yeah.
And it had Eric Bana as.
It was wonderful.
He's fantastic in that movie, and you had that guy.
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom, yeah. Playing Helen of Troy. He's so beautiful. I have to say, one of the flaws in the movie is I'm watching this, and it's Orlando Bloom, and who played Helen? It was that lovely actress. Diana Kruger. But as I'm looking at them together, because, Orlando must have been, what, the mid-20s, early 20s when he made it, and I'm thinking, he is prettier than her. I mean... He's pretty. He's a pretty guy.
She is beautiful.
She's very beautiful.
She's very beautiful. But if you ever want to
Orlando
feel,
Bloom's prettier.
If you want to feel truly emasculated, if you want to feel like a complete schmuck, walk into a restaurant, because this is what I did while we were shooting that movie. I walked into a restaurant. This is a horrible name-dropping story. It's because we're talking about Troy.
Yeah.
I walked into a restaurant with Orlando Bloom and Brad Pitt, and every single woman in the restaurant turned, like pivot, like that, to look. And
that was at you, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not a single person. You might as well have been, Alfred Hitchcock walking in there. And anyway, horrible story.
So you were saying that Alfred Hitchcock was unattractive. That's going to be, you're going to be the next feud in here. That's what's going to happen.
He wasn't.
Benioff says Hitchcock's a bitch.
A genius, but not a sexy genius.
Not a sexy
Right.
genius. Well, kind of sexy in his own weird way.
Well, okay.
Yeah, it's a reach.
each his
All right, well,
And you were a bouncer
I was a bouncer, yeah, for a while. Yeah, very bad at it. Were you a bouncer?
at Save the Robots.
Yeah, yeah.
I was,
Were
the
you?
worst, I was the worst one ever. Well, first of all, look at me. Second of all, I hated it because you see
You were a bouncer at Save the Robots too?
No. I was a bouncer in San Francisco. But I grew up in New York, so I know Save the Robots.
Yeah, I was a bouncer there, yeah.
I was, well, because for me, I don't know about for you, but you see a fight break out in a bar, like two drunken idiots.
You're
punching
taking
each
me
other.
back now, yeah.
And my instinct is just to have a pint and kind of watch. And
Sure.
like, look at that. But as a bouncer, you actually have to wade in there and. Be
Oh,
like,
that's for the guys who are actually bouncing. I was more administrative.
Right.
Yeah. I was like,
This is what I didn't learn. I didn't learn that until far too late.
oh, you actually
Which
got involved?
explains, you know,
No,
the
don't, man. Don't get
brokenness.
involved.
It was a big mistake.
Yeah, it's a big
mistake. Well,
Listen, we're out of time. Yeah, you want some fruit?
fruit would be great.
Okay. Listen, I can't say much, but Susan Sarandon had her hands on that coconut.
Yes. And why did you have your coconut shaved, Craig? That's what I don't understand.
You know, 3 days after I did it, I asked myself the same thing. David Benioff, everybody. We'll be right back.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
Well, Craig, that was clever, going on too long about this stupid tabloid article and then going over time so that Thomas Dale, the comedian who's on the show tonight, couldn't be on the show tonight because all the time was taken up. Now Thomas is here and things are a little awkward. But great news, Thomas.
What?
Can you come back next November the 1st? Not next November the 1st, like November the 1st coming up, like next week.
No.
Come on, man! Please! Do you have a tattoo in your arm?
Yes, I do.
I've got tattoos in my arms.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you hate Katie Couric too? It's a joke. Do you have any dealings at all with Katie Couric?
She's my aunt.
Katie Couric is your aunt?
No, I'm kidding. Hi, George.
Hey,
George?
what the hell?
He called you George!
Hell, how dare you?
How dare you? How dare you, Bob?
kidding.
He called you George! Do you believe that? Paul, how can you call him George?
I don't need to take that from you, Frank.
Do you ever do that?
What?
You know what I mean.
All the time.
Yeah. What does your tattoo mean on your arm there?
This says strength conquers tears.
Oh,
It's,
yeah. But if you read it the other way, it goes tears conquer strength.
There you go. That could be a whole nother night. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, whatever, man.
He's pretty mad at you, man.
All right, we'll work through it.
Hey, I think you could have a celebrity feud. Like there could be a magazine article like how you two hate each other.
Oh, yeah, I'm real worked up, man. I won't say a word to you.
All right. Say good night, and I'll see you November 1st.
Good night, guys. I'll see you November 1st.